According to the National Electrical Code, specifically NEC 404.4D, all 120-volt single-phase, 15 and 20 ampere branch circuit supplying outlets or devices installed in dwelling unit bedrooms must be protected by an arc fault circuit interrupter, or AFCI. The question is whether a switch outlet for a bedroom closet light that is located within the bedroom should be included in the AFCI circuit. The answer is yes, the switch outlet should be included in the AFCI circuit. The reason is that NEC 404.4D mandates AFCI protection for outlets and devices in dwelling unit bedrooms. The switch outlet for a bedroom closet light is considered an outlet that is installed in a dwelling unit bedroom. Therefore, it must be protected by an AFCI circuit. However, there is an exception. NEC 404.4D3 provides an exception for switch outlets where the location of the switch outlet is within the closet itself. In this case, the switch outlet would not be required to be included in the AFCI circuit. If the switch is inside the closet, the AFCI protection is not required. But in a typical scenario where the switch outlet for the bedroom closet light is located within the bedroom itself, this exception does not apply. Consequently, the switch outlet must be included in the AFCI circuit. To summarize, firstly, if the closet light switch is located within the bedroom, the switch outlet must be included in the AFCI circuit. Secondly, if the closet light switch is located within the closet itself, the switch outlet is not required to be included in the AFCI circuit due to the exception provided in NEC 404.4D3. This distinction is crucial for ensuring compliance with the NEC and maintaining electrical safety in residential dwelling units. When installing or modifying electrical circuits in bedrooms, always verify the location of the closet light switch and ensure that the appropriate AFCI protection is in place, following the guidelines outlined in NEC 404.4D. Remember that AFCI protection is designed to prevent electrical fires by detecting arc faults, which are dangerous electrical discharges that can occur due to damaged or deteriorated wiring. By adhering to the NEC requirements for AFCI protection, you can significantly reduce the risk of electrical fires and enhance the safety of your home. If you are unsure about any aspect of AFCI protection or electrical wiring, consult with a qualified electrician who can provide expert guidance and ensure that all work is performed in accordance with the NEC and local electrical codes. Electrical work can be dangerous if not performed correctly, so it is always best to seek professional assistance when needed. In addition to the specific requirement for bedroom closet light switches, it's important to understand the broader context of AFCI protection within the National Electrical Code. AFCI protection is not just limited to bedrooms. The NEC also mandates AFCI protection for other areas of dwelling units, such as family rooms, living rooms, dining rooms, and kitchens. The specific requirements for AFCI protection can vary depending on the edition of the NEC that is in effect in your jurisdiction, as well as any local amendments or modifications to the code. Therefore, it is essential to consult the most current edition of the NEC and any applicable local codes to ensure full compliance. AFCI devices are designed to detect a wide range of arc faults, including parallel arcs, series arcs, and ground faults. Parallel arcs occur between two conductors that have different potentials, such as a hot wire and a neutral wire. Series arcs occur within a single conductor, such as a broken or loose wire. Ground faults occur when a conductor comes into contact with a grounded surface, such as a metal enclosure. AFCI devices are able to detect these types of arc faults by monitoring the current flowing through the circuit and looking for abnormal patterns that indicate the presence of an arc. When an AFCI device detects an arc fault, it quickly trips the circuit breaker, interrupting the flow of electricity and preventing a potential fire. There are two main types of AFCI devices: branch circuit AFCI breakers and outlet branch circuit AFCI receptacles. Branch circuit AFCI breakers are installed in the electrical panel and provide AFCI protection for the entire branch circuit. Outlet branch circuit AFCI receptacles are installed at individual outlet locations and provide AFCI protection only for that particular outlet and any downstream outlets on the same branch circuit. The NEC allows for the use of either type of AFCI device to meet the requirements for AFCI protection. However, branch circuit AFCI breakers are generally preferred because they provide protection for the entire branch circuit, including the wiring and all of the outlets and devices connected to it. When installing AFCI devices, it is important to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. AFCI devices are sensitive electronic devices and can be damaged if they are not installed properly. It is also important to test AFCI devices regularly to ensure that they are functioning correctly. Most AFCI devices have a test button that can be used to verify that the device is able to detect an arc fault and trip the circuit breaker. If an AFCI device fails to trip when the test button is pressed, it should be replaced immediately. In addition to AFCI protection, it's also important to ensure that all electrical wiring in a dwelling unit is properly installed and maintained. Damaged or deteriorated wiring is a common cause of electrical fires. Regularly inspect electrical cords and outlets for signs of damage, such as frayed wires, cracked insulation, or loose connections. Replace any damaged wiring or outlets immediately. Avoid overloading electrical circuits by plugging too many devices into a single outlet or extension cord. Overloading a circuit can cause the wires to overheat and potentially start a fire. Use surge protectors to protect sensitive electronic equipment from power surges. Power surges can damage electronic equipment and potentially start a fire. Install smoke detectors in all bedrooms and on every level of the dwelling unit. Test smoke detectors regularly to ensure that they are functioning correctly. Replace batteries in smoke detectors at least once a year. Have a qualified electrician inspect the electrical system in your home periodically to identify any potential hazards and ensure that it is in good working order. By following these safety precautions, you can significantly reduce the risk of electrical fires and protect your home and family from harm. Remember that electrical safety is an ongoing process, not just a one-time event. Stay informed about the latest electrical codes and safety practices, and take steps to ensure that your home's electrical system is safe and reliable. And remember, if you're not comfortable working with electricity, always call a qualified electrician. They have the training and experience to perform electrical work safely and correctly. Always prioritize safety when dealing with electricity. It's a powerful force that demands respect and caution. Now, let's revisit the AFCI requirements for bedroom closet light switches with some additional clarification. While the NEC 404.4D3 exception allows for the omission of AFCI protection for switch outlets located within the closet itself, it's important to consider the overall design and functionality of the closet lighting system. For example, if the closet contains a receptacle outlet for plugging in a vacuum cleaner or other appliance, that receptacle outlet will still require AFCI protection under NEC 210.12a, which mandates AFCI protection for all 120-volt, single-phase, 15 and 20 ampere branch circuits supplying outlets installed in dwelling units. In this case, it might be more practical to simply extend the AFCI protection to the entire closet lighting circuit, including the switch outlets, to ensure comprehensive protection and avoid potential confusion. Furthermore, even if the closet does not contain a receptacle outlet, it's worth considering the potential for future modifications or additions to the electrical system. For example, a homeowner might later decide to install a receptacle outlet in the closet for charging electronic devices or powering other equipment. In this case, it would be necessary to add AFCI protection to the circuit, which could involve additional expense and effort. By providing AFCI protection for the entire closet lighting circuit from the outset, you can future-proof the installation and avoid potential problems down the road. In addition to the NEC requirements for AFCI protection, it's also important to consider any applicable local codes or regulations that may impose additional requirements or restrictions. Some jurisdictions may have more stringent AFCI requirements than the NEC, or they may require AFCI protection in areas where the NEC does not. Always consult with your local building department or electrical inspector to determine the specific requirements that apply in your area. When selecting AFCI devices for closet lighting circuits, it's important to choose devices that are compatible with the type of lighting fixtures and control devices being used. For example, some LED lighting fixtures may not be compatible with certain types of AFCI devices, which can cause nuisance tripping or other problems. Consult with a lighting fixture manufacturer or a qualified electrician to ensure that the AFCI devices are compatible with the lighting system. It's also important to consider the ampacity of the circuit and select AFCI devices that are properly rated for the load. The ampacity of the circuit should be calculated in accordance with NEC Article 220, which provides detailed requirements for calculating branch circuit loads. The AFCI devices should have an ampere rating that is equal to or greater than the calculated load. When installing AFCI devices, it's important to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. AFCI devices are sensitive electronic devices and can be damaged if they are not installed properly. It is also important to test AFCI devices regularly to ensure that they are functioning correctly. Most AFCI devices have a test button that can be used to verify that the device is able to detect an arc fault and trip the circuit breaker. If an AFCI device fails to trip when the test button is pressed, it should be replaced immediately. Remember that AFCI protection is an important safety feature that can help to prevent electrical fires. By understanding the NEC requirements for AFCI protection and following proper installation and maintenance practices, you can significantly reduce the risk of electrical fires and enhance the safety of your home. In Pinellas County, Florida, where this information is specifically relevant, it's crucial to stay updated on any local amendments to the National Electrical Code. Local jurisdictions often adopt and amend the NEC to address specific regional needs and concerns. Therefore, always verify the specific requirements with the local building department to ensure full compliance. This includes confirming which edition of the NEC is currently in effect and whether there are any local modifications related to AFCI protection or other electrical safety standards. For instance, Pinellas County might have specific requirements regarding the types of AFCI devices that are permitted or the areas within a dwelling unit that require AFCI protection beyond what is stipulated in the NEC. Additionally, it is important to be aware of any permitting requirements for electrical work in Pinellas County. Depending on the scope of the project, a permit may be required before any electrical work can be performed. Obtaining the necessary permits ensures that the work will be inspected by a qualified electrical inspector who can verify that it complies with the NEC and local codes. Furthermore, it's advisable to consult with a licensed electrical contractor who is familiar with the local electrical codes and regulations in Pinellas County. A qualified electrician can provide expert guidance on the proper installation of AFCI devices and other electrical equipment, ensuring that the work is performed safely and in accordance with all applicable requirements. They can also assist with obtaining the necessary permits and scheduling inspections. In addition to complying with the NEC and local codes, it's also important to consider the specific environmental conditions in Pinellas County when selecting and installing electrical equipment. Pinellas County is located in a coastal area and is subject to high humidity, salt air, and occasional storms. These conditions can accelerate the corrosion of electrical components and increase the risk of electrical hazards. Therefore, it's important to use electrical equipment that is specifically designed for use in coastal environments, such as corrosion-resistant wiring, weatherproof enclosures, and surge protectors. Regular maintenance of electrical equipment is also essential to prevent corrosion and other damage. This includes inspecting wiring, outlets, and circuit breakers for signs of corrosion or wear, and replacing any damaged components promptly. By taking these precautions, you can help to ensure the safety and reliability of your electrical system in Pinellas County. And always remember, when in doubt, consult with a qualified electrician. They can provide expert guidance and ensure that all electrical work is performed safely and in accordance with all applicable codes and regulations.